Hey guys and girls, welcome to week 2 of me learning to create sounds out of this beautifully handcrafted piece of wood. So that's 14 full days now, so you're going to see what it sounds like for a beginner guitarist after 2 weeks of practice. I'm just going to dive straight in really with what I've been doing daily, and that's pretty much it. So I've got a new book where I'm noting down the things that I'm practicing, so I've just got songs here with the DNA chord because that's basically what I'm still on, DNA. I think I introduced the E chord actually a little later today after this practice session. If I can do another little session later on this evening, that's where I'm going to start looking at the E chord, I believe. So first up, just a simple practice that I do is just with the D chord, so it's 3 minutes. So I'm not going to make you sit through 3 minutes, I'll probably just do it and then speed it up and go on to the next. So with my D chord practice, I get it up and running here, my 3 minutes. Okay, I just find the string with each finger and then play it, each string at a time. I just do that over and over for 3 minutes. Just getting my fingers used to the positions. And so when I think back to day 1, this is a lot easier now, but when I actually strum the chords and switch, not so good. So I find it tends to be this ring finger that gives me the most grief. On the high E string. Trying to get it more vertical onto the string. So the fingertips are playing and not the pads. As for the finger pain, still hurts, but it's a different kind of pain now. It's more numb. It's a kind of numb pain rather than soreness. So you think numbness doesn't hurt, but it still finds a way. But I find it tends to hurt after a little prolonged period of time of practicing. Sort of 25-30 minutes, it'll start hurting, but I think that's a combination of A, my fingers still getting used to it, and B, me probably pressing down on the strings too hard. So I put it down to those two things. Okay, that's my D chord practice there. And we'll do the same with the A chord, string by string. Okay, 3 minutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Still struggle. Cramming them all into that fret. Now with this chord, I tend to find it's my index finger. Especially when changing, when I'm doing that D to A, because you're shifting that index finger across, and I find I'm not really shifting it, I'm more sort of angling it when I do the switch. Rather than actually shifting it across, and I'm often not pressing down on the string enough then because I'm nowhere near the fret. Okay, that's my chord practice. So now I have a little break, a quick little drink. I think there's fatigue as well with my hand. Obviously your hands are not used to it, so working the hand out over and over, day after day. I get sort of little cramps in there, particularly in the ring finger. And that's with the D chord, that's still not landing independently. I'm still having to think about pushing it into that 3rd fret. It doesn't just intuitively want to go there. With time, it'll come. With time. Okay, so now we are doing the same thing, string by string, but switching now. So I've got 2 minutes of this. Start on the D, string, 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 string. Switch to the A, so I'm practicing that anchor finger. Switching from the D to the A. So let's get 2 minutes of that. See if we can get those strings ringing true most of the time. 3, 2, 1. And we start on the D. Nope. Okay, so I did a little bit more on that because I was screwing a lot of them up. Sometimes I find you have good days and you have bad days, you have good sessions and bad sessions. This one's not going too great at the moment. Blame the camera. Anyway, so we'll have a little break on that. And next up, after those, I do my 1 minute changes. So I'm gonna have a quick little break there and then we'll come back and I'll sit into that 1 minute change. D to A and A to D. Same but different. Okay, and we're back for the second part of my practice session. Sometimes you just need a little break in between these sessions, give your fingers a rest, give your hands a rest. So I do find inconsistency with my practice, which is to be expected. You know, after 14 days I'm not going to be consistently practicing well. I'm going to have a lot of very bad sessions. So if you're a beginner as well, don't let that get you down. So this evening, if I can squeeze another session in, I could find it's a lot better than what I'm doing right now. I'm blaming the camera, for sure, blaming the camera. Just kidding. Anyway, let's go on with the session here with my practice. We've got D to A now for a minute. D to A changes. Okay, a lot of sloppy-ish ones there, but a lot of decent ones as well. I'm not sure what I did. Got a count on here, but I don't trust it, so I'm not going to count that. I'll just count it manually when I watch the video back. Right, so still churning those puppies out, those changes. I'm looking forward to introducing the knee, I've got to be honest with you. Something new to the sessions, something new to my practice. I'll still be doing these D2As over and over every single day. I'm just looking to add to my session now, and when I feel like I've nailed something, maybe then I'll drop it, or I'll do it less. Well, it'll be maybe in every other session. So that's sort of like my plan for the weeks ahead. So we have another go at that now. This time we'll start on a D, so it makes no difference, it's just what you're starting with. But I get through two 1-minute changes. D to A. This one may not be as good. My second go is usually not as good because of the fatigue in the fingers from the first merry-go-round. But you never know. You never know what your session is going to dish out. Here we go. Finger buzz in. Okay, so not my best, lots of finger buzzing. We got through it. Working on building up the hand strength and the accuracy and the strumming. I'm waiting for it to all marry together into one beautiful chord switch. So we have introduced music. I do have music in my final thing now, which is what I do, is where I'm playing the D and A chords, believe it or not. How did you guess? To a bunch of songs. I tend to do 2 songs with each session, so I'm playing them at sort of half. I've started them at half speed, and I'm probably up to about 60-70%. Songs I've got with the D&A are Boys Round Here by Blake Shelton, Give Peace a Chance by John Lennon, Mendocino by the Sir Douglas Quintet, You Can Never Tell by Chuck Berry, Dance the Night Away by the Mavericks, Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen, and Keep On Moving by Bob Marley. But I've not been practicing that one because there's 2 chord switches in one bar, and I don't feel I'm quite ready for that, even though it's a slow pace. Once I feel I'm a lot better at the switching per bar rather than 2 switches in a bar, then I'll introduce that song. So say I'm at the moment, let's have a go at Boys Round Here, and then I'll pick another one. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. I'll just play it and then I'll skip through. So with the Boys Round Here, this is actually this will be the first session where I play this at full speed. So it's 85 beats per minute at full speed. So apologies if this is a butcher. If it is a total butcher, when I watch it back, I'll just reverse and go back to a slower speed. Anyway, let's see. Boys Round Here. I think this one starts on an A, so I'm going to get myself ready. Okay, here we go.
Well, the boys round here don't listen to
Okay, so it's much better to practice those switches to music for a good few minutes. So I started that song on back last weekend at 59 beats per minute. That was played at 85 beats per minute, and I found at the beginning I was probably going a bit too fast. I had to slow myself down a bit. So of course the changes are not perfect. I wouldn't get up on stage and play that, but I think I'll stick to 85 beats per minute with that, and I'll just, every single day I'll churn it out. I'm trying to sort of get through 2 of the songs in the morning session, and then 2 of the songs later on in the day in a separate session. So I'm getting through about 4 songs in total and just switching them up every day. That's what I've been doing. I should imagine it'll be a couple more weeks before I get to the point of introducing E. So I have to learn the E chord. I have to do the practice with each string and go through that whole process with the E, and then start introducing it. Songs opens up a whole new repertoire of songs, I suppose, then with a D, A and an E. So that's something for me to look forward to in the future. So we're going to go through one more song. I've got Mendocino. So this is a bit different. They're not swapping chords every bar. It's every few bars. So sometimes I get bored with this halfway through and I'll sort of play around with the strumming pattern a little bit. Anyway, let's give that a go. No, sorry Blake, not you again. Mendocino, I originally started on 68 beats per minute, then I went on to 82 beats per minute. This will be the first time I play it at 95 beats per minute. So I'm guessing that's somewhere around the 60 to 70% speed. So it's not full speed yet. This is a bit more manageable for my brain. Oh no. Everyone ready? Okay, let me get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey. Musician. Fingers are crying. So it's another session done. Don't think that session was the best, I've got to be honest. Wasn't feeling as great with that one, but I've got another session this evening. I'm going to be introducing the E. I'm still going to be doing all of this over and over and over still. This is not going to be forgotten about. So if you're beginning, you have to go through these weeks of repetition, and it's the same forever, I suppose. You're constantly, you're constantly repping out the new things that you're learning until they're ingrained, and even still, you have to go back to old things and make sure that they remain fresh. So anyway, if you're new, subscribe, join me on the journey, find out next week what the E is like, and thanks for watching. Musician.